Welcome to the discussion session of Freaky Tales for You, a place where queer artists dissect fanfiction through an intersectional sex-positive lens. This episode, we're talking about Praesus ut Prosus by Doc Osim. The reading of the story is in the previous episode. Feel free to listen or not, but it might help the context of what you're about to hear.
You made it through the story. Thanks for hanging out. I'm here in the discussion session.
Ooh.
Yes. Introduce yourself.
Yes. Okay. So, hey, everyone. My name is Ganymede.
Brum, brum, brum.
Yes. I'm a DJ, writer, producer, kind of dabble in a lot of different medium. Yeah. I like to throw parties and get turned.
Yeah. We definitely first hard vibed on a dance floor.
Yeah.
100%.
Oh
Facts
my
about
God.
our friendship.
Absolutely.
Everyone was like, what? And both of us was just like,
We were getting our love. We were the stars of the show. Actually.
That happens sometimes when two black femmes get on a dance floor and
Yep.
decide they like each other's vibe. Yeah, you were saying you're not like a super nerdy person. I'm hearing like fanfic isn't your lane of erotica.
Yep.
Where do you normally get your porn, your sexy bits?
Okay, so I go on Pornhub all the time. Shout out to Pornhub. There for me since I was 16.
Hey.
Maybe earlier than that. I'm fronting a little bit. But yeah, Pornhub. I hate it. It like sucks with any type of queer porn. So yeah, you just kind of look at the typical shit. I found a couple like...
Yeah, what's your favorite like search words?
Yeah, I usually look at like ebony lesbian. Like
I have definitely, lesbian gangbang, ebony lesbian gangbang. It's like
Yes.
my favorite 3 words to put together.
I feel like the Brazilian orgies
Those
are
are
actually like
good.
low-key kind of queer, like because the men are cool with each other.
Yeah.
They're like, you know,
It's like low-key bi. Yeah,
Uh-huh,
they're
yeah.
like rubbing each other's shoulders and be like, yeah, get that stroke. It's
Uh-huh.
like cute and supportive.
and then afterwards when they have the little like interviews with each other, they're all naked and laughing, and I like Brazilian orgies. Y'all
Okay.
should.
Okay,
Look
I'll
at
use
that.
that one. You know what's another like it's seemingly like accidentally queer one? Australian.
Ooh.
Yes, if you look up Australian, especially Girls Out West, shout out to that crew. They do lesbian and hetero videos, and everybody's got real ass bodies. In the way where it's like, oh, that's like a real chubby person, or that's like a
Yes.
real skinny person, or like, oh, that's actually what like a muscular body looks like. It's like very exciting to me to see like hairy real bodies. So like that really was nice.
I like that.
Yeah.
Okay. What is it? Girls?
Girls Out West, or if you
Cool.
just search Australian, usually they all come up.
Okay, cool. Yes.
When it comes to Black Panther, because, you know, if you got this far in the podcast, that's what we talking about today.
Yeah.
Did you see it first weekend? Were you like about the hype before it?
You know, I'm such a Cancer. My emotions sometimes keep me from going out. And I remember actually not seeing Black Panther until like 2 or 3 weeks afterwards. Like, I did not go to no premieres. Like, I was like vibing with everyone on Twitter and like Instagram, whatever. But I was like, I gotta be in a good place, Cancer. I gotta feel grounded in my emotions to go see it. So I didn't see it until then. Yeah.
Oh my God, you saying that you're maybe my favorite Cancer.
What?
Spoiler. Yeah.
Shut up.
I was definitely riding the wave, like heading up to it. It was, I mean, I was heavy into the Marvel universe, just like period. So when they said that Black Panther was even gonna happen, I was like, head blown off, ready to give him all my fucking money. And I did. I saw it like 6 or 7 times.
Yeah, support Black shit.
Ryan Coogler is the director, also does the Creed movies, and like love him. I love his style as a director. I think he's got really like dope vision. So yeah, when I found out he was doing it, and as the casting rolled out, I was like sweating because everyone is so fine.
Oh my God, yes.
What a cast. Anytime a movie comes out where everybody's flying the cast, there's gonna be so much fan fiction about it. Like, and it'll be people just making up shit. It'll be characters that like don't even have scenes together, and they'll be like, okay, but like secretly the subtext of this one conversation was actually the scene we didn't see, and they'll write like whole long things trying to justify relationships that there's like no reason to even suspect. To talk like about a different show real quick, I was obsessed with Buffy and was like deep in that fandom as like a preteen, and I loved the idea of Buffy and Spike being together, because there's like one episode where Willow's magic goes awry and she like curses them together, and then fandom got obsessed and like it exploded. And then it became real in the show.
What? And then it manifested? Yes. Damn, fandom. Okay, y'all. Okay.
And it's like, that's why the Firefly movie happened, is because the like TV fandom was so ferocious. Like, fandoms actually like really become a thing that affects creators. Like, if you make something big enough that it has a fandom, I don't know how I'll ever feel if that happens, but some people are hella beholden in a way. Like, Phil Coulson in the Marvel Universe is alive as a character because fandom literally was like, no, we don't accept his death. We're gonna like freak out on the internet for months until like you feel obligated as creators to engage with us.
What the hell? That's
so, like,
amazing.
Yeah, so just to give you some context on like the activism almost that can like come up from these like nerd pockets of people that just like go all in. And I'm someone that can't help but do that with my media, where I'm like, oh, I like this thing. I want to know who designed what, who like cast people, who's the producers. And this is just an extension of my obsession with media and sex. It meets so perfectly.
It does.
So, did you know like any of this cast before? Have you watched any Chadwick Boseman shit or Winston Duke?
I didn't know any of the cast like that. But I've seen Lupia. I just don't know where.
That's real. So Chadwick is definitely the more storied between Winston and Chadwick. That's our pair today, M'Baku and Tashawn. Chadwick did a lot of TV that I've never seen. I think 42 was the first time I became aware of him. That's him playing fucking Jackie Robinson. And I don't know or care about baseball, so I never watched it, but I heard of him at that point.
Yeah. Didn't Chad play some black historical figure?
Chadwick?
Yeah,
that's him in 42.
But wasn't it another movie too?
Let's check.
Look at that. It's not called discography. What's the thing with the
we looking at that filmography.
That's right.
Yeah, it looks like he was Thurgood Marshall in The Thing in 2017.
Yeah, okay. So I remember him as historical black masculine figure.
Yeah. And then, got got this T'Challa role. First was T'Challa in a 2016 Marvel movie, smaller role. That's when you see his dad T'Chaka die.
Right.
Yeah.
He got blown up.
The whole like embassy got blown up, and then there's like a pretty decent fight scene of like Black Panther chasing through the streets, Black Panther v Captain America vibes. It's a decent one. It's not no, it's not my favorite Captain America.
Okay.
But it's best because Chadwick's in it.
Yeah.
And then Winston Duke, he's so thick and cute. Yeah, he's like much newer. Black Panther is definitely his like breakout role.
He is fine, though.
He's
I know
fine
that.
as hell.
I know that much. I ain't seen no movies before that. Oh, he was on Law and Order. Wow.
I'm gonna go find that episode.
Right, I need to see.
Have you seen Us yet?
No, not yet. See, I told you I'm not riding the wave.
Yeah, that's real. I'm definitely like an opening weekend bitch with movies that I'm like waiting for. Yeah. Just because I also love being in the theater with a bunch of people that have been like as hype as I've been about it. Yeah, I definitely. There's a scene. This is not a spoiler in any way. There's a scene where he's hanging out in these boxers and he's supposed to look like weird, boring suburban dad. I'm like, he's got too much thigh meat to put him on screen where I can see it and for it not to be hot. Like, you can't put him in plaid boxers and convince me he's your average dad.
No, not at all.
It's not gonna work. I've seen him with a gorilla mask on, and you can't unsee that hot shit.
Yep.
Okay, so was this your first fan fiction story?
Yes, y'all broke my fan fiction cherry. Pop that.
You know, I love easing in a newcomer. Oh my god, cool. So how was it? What were your like feelings about the way the story went?
Yeah, I liked it. I thought it was very in alignment with the kind of setup of Black Panther already. Like, it wasn't something like totally new. Like, for me, I didn't even expect it to be erotic in any way. I just was like reading, some continued story from Black Panther, and then it started to get into I have all these feelings, and I was like, what? T'Challa has these feelings for who? And then Baku comes up. I'm like, no, they are not gonna get together. No. So I'm like, I literally did not expect it. And then when he's talking about looking up at me, getting butterflies and feeling, and I was like, oh shit, it's about to be juicy. So I really liked it. I like totally pictured M'Baku like being like, get up, like, leave us, like,
yeah.
I was like, ooh. So I was into it. I appreciated, the context before that, being able to picture that in my mind. And then, I liked it all, but they came really quick. Like, I was like, what is it exactly that y'all did to come so goddamn fast? Like, y'all literally was just looking at each other, stroking cheeks, jumping on whatever. But it was like not a lot. I was like, god damn, y'all niggas coming real fucking quick. So yeah, but I was like, yes, this is cute.
Yes. I have to agree. That's my main critique of this story, is that like suddenly it was like it was just ramping up, and I was like, yeah, we're gonna. I didn't think it was gonna get like full fucking just because of like the vibe of the writing, but I thought there would at least be like some blowjobs or like just a little more in the sex scene, because the lead up was so good.
Yes,
And
absolutely.
yeah, the voice of the characters was so spot on. And yeah, and then it was just like they came real quick. It was like, oh, they did.
Right.
Real quick. Are they both this sex starved? What's happening? Have neither of them been touched by another person? Like, why was this so fast? This was like high school first handy fast.
Yes.
The like humor and intensity of M'Baku was like so right.
Yes. Yeah.
Which is the main reason why I think we felt kind of disappointed, because it was like that would have been great to like follow through to like a little more explicit shit. I thought the ending was super like cute and turned it into like a romantic thing that I almost wish there were like more chapters to.
Yeah. What I appreciated about the piece too was that it brought up elements of the story, and it made me think like, that all of those could have been very queer moments. Like when they were fighting for the kingdom, he like T'Challa was like, you fought honorably, like your people need you. Like that was a sweet and tender moment. Like there was some intimacy there, right? And then like even when he helped them at the very end and then came through and pulled up, I was like, this could like be a real situation between these two. Like it could totally be queer.
Yes. Yeah, we watched some parts before recording all the M'Baku T'Challa moments. And yeah, I absolutely agree. Rewatching it, having like read the story, I'm like, oh yeah, absolutely. There's like a respect here that no one else has for M'Baku but T'Challa and Nakia for some reason. Like everyone else is just scoffing at the Jabari as a whole. Yeah, and the scene when they're showing up to the throne room and Nakia's being like, take this, we need a leader. Like, no one else is down for this plan. Nakia's the only one and is very sure that M'Baku has some level of trustworthiness or honor that, like, no one else seems aware of. And then he just has T'Challa, which for me, watching the movie pre getting into the fanfic, I was always like, wait, why would he keep him up here? He just tried to kill him 10 minutes ago, movie time.
And
so,
that's
like,
what their romantic love affair is like. Like, that's the whole dynamic.
Exactly. He's just constantly challenging T'Challa and making him aware of his shortcomings, but also being there to, like, make him do better and work harder. And so, yeah, now watching the scene where they're reviving T'Challa and M'Baku makes Everett Ross turn around, that feels so, like, charged with, he's been mourning his lover for weeks now.
Yes.
Just being like, he's dying, I can't do shit, no one knows he's here. And my headcanon of M'Baku is too proud, because then everyone will know he's sentimental for keeping T'Challa on ice. But then they show up and it solves all his issues, and that's why he's just like, yeah, he's over there. It tries to be casual about it, but like, why would he have been there?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't he have let him die?
Right.
I just love queer subtext. So it sounds like you ended up enjoying the pairing and the story.
Yeah. I enjoyed it a lot.
It was a believable, like, romance. There's definitely a tradition in both, like, romance novels and movies of, like, the antagonistic love affair or fling that's full of negging and fighting. But this M'Baku T'Challa version is that, but a little healthier and way blacker. And I love it. It's quickly become one of my new favorite pairings. And because there's a lot of, like, descriptions of M'Baku's thick-ass body is eroticized thing number one in this pairing, which I think is worthy. Winston Duke deserves that kind of praise.
Yeah.
Have we talked about your new, well, here's a fanfic vocab word for you. You have given me my new OT3, which is one true threesome.
Oh.
And that's when you're shipping a triad of people in a piece of fiction. Yeah, you've given me my new OT3, which is Nakia, M'Baku, and T'Challa.
Yes, absolutely. You know, because that's what I was thinking when I was first reading it. I was like, oh, like, T'Challa can't be with anybody but Nakia. Like, that's it. That's the pairing. And so, like, when I was reading it through, I didn't expect him to be doing anything sexual or romantic. And then when it got to that, I was like, oh, like, he could still be with Nakia and, like, go and see M'Baku, and they have their own little thing, and they're, like, helping each other deal with power struggles of being masculine and, like, you know, whatever, like, but it could be a whole thing. Like, that threesome would be really beautiful.
Right? I love that idea, especially because within canon, Nakia isn't always around and doesn't want to be.
Exactly.
And so it's like, and T'Challa wants her so badly and wants someone close and someone to, like, co-rule. And I don't know, it's just like, maybe we're both just, like, very non-monogamous people, and I'm fine with that. But yeah, that's, like, always my solution to shit like that. It's like, obviously she can go off and do her thing and be in bed when she's home, and when T'Challa needs support and needs, like, ruling advice, he can, like, go off to the mountains and be with Gorilla Bay, and yeah, like, this seems ideal.
Yes. Yes.
Oh my gosh. What would you say is your favorite part of either the pairing or the story?
I really liked how M'Baku was in character. Like, it was just perfect. I was like, this is exactly how he would act. So I really liked that. What else did I like? I like the cocks twitching, like, you know, like that moment when you become horny and like, oh, well, hey there. I really like that, like, got me in the mood, and that's why I was so disappointed that it wasn't more explicit. Like, I was like, yeah, come on, the cocks just twitched.
They were a twitching. And honestly, it was one, I love to clock, like, repetitive language that I enjoy in erotica, and that's definitely one of them. Where it's like, ooh, someone's just, like, spark, gets that, like, however you describe that first moment of, like, oh, my body's ready now. Like, it's aware sexy shit's about to happen.
Yes.
It's always so cool to, like, see how that gets engaged with and described. I'm excited to have you back next season. I'm definitely going to go hunting for this OT3 so we can go just more into Black Panther fandom. It's a bizarre and wonderful space, and I say that probably about every fandom. But Black Panther, of course, came out at a moment when there was so much discourse around visibility in media across all levels, and it was happening in fan fiction too. There kind of became this dialogue within fandom online of, like, look at all the pairings you're reading. Are there any POC in them? Think of all the most popular, like, pairings in fandom. Are there any POC in them? And so it became a really interesting critique that was coming up of, like, okay, so if there are POC, why are they not being written about? Why is no one using these characters? And it was really interesting to, like, as someone who just, like, is a spectator up until this point, with fandom community and the way it engages within itself, just watching people trying to grapple with, like, the whys and the hows, and just, like, deconstructing how they're engaging with media, which it's all I do. It's continuing now. One very specific critique that's come up of the Black Panther fandom is the amount of stories with Everett Ross in them, with the, like, one white dude in the whole movie.
Yes.
And there's just, like, so many stories, you know, pairing him with basically everyone in the film.
And you know what's fucked up too?
What?
That fucking, like, T'Challa's sister, what's her name again?
Sherry.
She, like, builds the whole laboratory with all the gadgets and gizmos, and this white man at the end is, like, the one who's kind of, like, you know, saving the day off of her fucking labor, and I bet it wasn't acknowledged.
I bet it wasn't. Critique of Black Panther overall, I was like, why is Shuri fighting out in the field? She shouldn't even be there. She should be the one actually, like, piloting a thing and, like, you know, running some kind of tanks from the lab or some shit. It was a really strange choice, I thought, to, like, make her a fighter on the ground.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, Black Panther, but we still love you.
Yeah, you critique the shit you love. Well, cheers to your first fan fiction experience.
Yay.
I really hope you enjoyed this discussion. All of our stories are sourced from Archive of Our Own. We only use stories where authors have given direct permission via message, or where the author has blanket permission written into their profile. This podcast is produced and hosted by me, Saira Barbaric, and my partner in crime, Alistair Fern. You can find more of our non-binary queer erotic work on Twitter at Scumtrust and on Instagram at ScumTrustPack. If you want to follow me personally, I'm at very.freaky on Instagram. Until next time, enjoy your smut.